Breaking news now. A U.S. senator is warning that global martial law may be on the horizon. After we broke this story on the latest attempts by Senator Mitch McConnell to sneak in the authorization for use of military force against ISIS anywhere on the planet, the word spread like wildfire. Like dominoes falling, headlines for global martial law appeared on every truth news site out there. First, I want to say thank you for pushing out that alert. It is only through informing the masses and sharing the truth that we will have a chance at stopping this. Now, my wife sent me a link today from freedomfighter.com, and the headline stated, "Alert, U.S. Senator warns that federal government is about to declare international martial law." I couldn't believe the headline. Personally, for me, it was like a light bulb going off. I realized what had happened as we pushed our emergency alert out just a couple days ago. Now, the article details what I covered in that breaking alert. Quote, the AUMF, the authorization for military force, put forward by McConnell, would not restrict the president's use of ground troops nor have any limits related to time or geography. Now, that's coming from Democratic Senator Chris Murphy, who said this mouthful, quote, "This resolution is a total rewrite of the War Powers Clause in the U.S. Constitution. It is essentially," these are his words, "it is essentially a declaration of international martial law, a sweeping transfer of military power to the president that will allow him or her to send U.S. troops almost anywhere in the world for almost any reason with absolutely no limitations." Now, if you don't believe me, there's a link in the description to the article I just cited, and you can see the senator state it with his own mouth. Now, these words coming from a U.S. senator stating that McConnell has introduced a bill that would permit President Obama or a future president to essentially declare international martial law, those words are so damning, and we need to stop it immediately. Now, some people believe it is futile to go ahead and even try to stop something like this because the powers that be, the New World Order, the globalist puppet masters, this is what they want. They want the United States military to remain the policeman of the world. And through the creation of ISIS, through the arming and training of ISIS soldiers by the United States government, by CIA assets in Syria, in Libya, they have created the problem, and now the solution is this. This is a classic problem, reaction, solution scenario. Create ISIS. The solution is the new authorization, war powers, and then you can go ahead and invade any nation on the planet. No, it doesn't say, it says anywhere on the planet. That means within the United States as well. So, now that more information is flowing, more people are speaking out against this because of you, because of your efforts to push these reports and these emergency alerts forward. This is the senator's words are a direct relationship to the words that we put out as we broke this story. And it was, I honestly say, it was probably one of the most encouraging things I've seen in a long time. That we stumbled upon these words, these shocking words, and all of a sudden it was one after another. Truth site after truth site after truth site was reporting on it. So this is a group effort, and we're counting on you to help us continue. So hit that share button, push this out to your social networks, raise awareness for this issue. We cannot allow this authorization for the use of force against ISIS or any feigned threat to be granted without restriction to the United States military. Now, I am a constitutionalist, so if there's a declaration of war, then sure, then I understand that is what, that is how our Constitution works. That's how we go to war. But the authorization for the use of military force is not a declaration of war. It sidesteps the Constitution, and because declarations of war have to be committed to a state, an actual state or a nation, what they're doing here is they're basically saying, hey, okay, well, this can go anywhere because ISIS is popping up all over the world. I mean, we just did a report of a new Christian militia that is popping up in the Philippines to battle ISIS there. Now, if you go back to that video, you can see some of the comments. People are like, well, how did ISIS pop up in the Philippines? You got to realize that ISIS as a core group began out of the vacuum of the U.S. military in Iraq. And through the funding and training of, quote, moderate rebels by Hillary Clinton, by John McCain, it grew and grew and grew. And the ideology spread as well. So because of the message, the education, the propaganda being created from these ISIS cells, it's spreading all over the world. So just because there's no actual like connective, landmass between the Philippines and Syria, it's an idea. So they pick it up and they run with it and they create another cell in the Philippines. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that the United States is educating and training that cell itself. It could just be a copycat or something of that nature. But those questions are still need answers. Nonetheless, I'm going off on a tangent here. I'm just trying to provide some background. Anyway, hit that share button. Push this out to your social networks. Leave your comments below. And if you want updates, hit that subscribe button. I can't stress it enough. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi.